as always.
So thank you very much for that, Mr. Rhymes. But next up, we're going to be talking about a certain appointment of two legendary names in the wrestling industry. If you don't know by now, Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman have been appointed by the WWE as executive directors. Paul Heyman will be managing Raw, and Eric Bischoff will be managing SmackDown. Apparently the role is basically they have all control of the creative input in the company as well, but obviously the final say goes through Vince McMahon. That's quite monumental in my opinion, but what's your thoughts on that, guys?
He's bad. Better than ever. That used to be his theme tune, man.
I'm gonna get copyrighted now, thanks to him now.
What was the first thing he said? The first part of the song?
I think it's he's better. Well, I'll change it.
It says I'm bad. Yeah.
I'll say I'm bad.
This whole time I thought he said I'm bad.
Yeah.
I'm better than him. Oh, it's I'm back. Okay, fair enough. Shows how much I know. Classic tune as well. Yeah, of course.
It was.
Especially when that segment. I remember when someone challenged him to sing, and he ad-libbed that, and he was just like, it was just freaking hilarious. But yeah, again, what's your thoughts on the appointment of both Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff as executive directors, right?
Well, obviously, it would have been a good move had they obviously hadn't been under pressure, obviously, from AEW. Let's be honest, that's kind of the sole reason why these two are kind of back within management roles, let's be honest, because it's good to see Eric back, because Eric was great at this time as GM. He was good, but the question is, would they be able to do it under the amount of pressure that WWE probably would want them to be? Yeah. Now, obviously, Paul Heyman, great, good at talking, good at obviously advising for Brock Lesnar. People didn't know, you know what I mean? So it's a case where he hasn't been in that role for a long time, since ECW. You know what I mean? The question is, will he still be able to do that role, that particular role that he was doing in charge, where he was like managing things, getting people to do what they can do, but in a necessary sense, good move for them. Is it the right move for WWE? I probably don't really know yet. I mean, It's too early to tell right now, but I think it's definitely a panic move because of obviously of what AEW is doing. That's what I see it as, but only time will tell for me.
I honestly think that it's 110%. I think they're capable of doing it. Like you said, Paul Heyman, he has had a hand in advising Brock Lesnar, but he's also had creative input with Ronda Rousey as well. He's had creative input with people that he works with. All the Paul Heyman guys, obviously, yeah, of course. So like he is still in tune with the creative side of things, and the fact that he's got the guy was head of creative in SmackDown's golden years. He was in control of the Magic Six, Mysterio, Edge, Angle, Benoit, Ray and Chavo. He had control, and they were SmackDown. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Mysterio, Angle, Benoit.
Yeah.
Edge.
Yeah. Kurt Angle.
Mysterio, Benoit. Mysterio, Benoit.
Angle.
Edge.
Edge.
Angle.
Yeah.
Chavo.
Yeah.
Eddie.
There you go. That's what it was. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. He was in charge of that. Like the team. Like they were running things over there. So like he is definitely more than capable of bringing that back and hopefully restore order. The other thing,
new ECW stuff as well at the beginning.
Yeah, at the beginning,
When stands and the ECW became his first brand for the first part before he left.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of stuff. I mean, you mentioned Bischoff did it for Raw.
Yeah, Bischoff when he was general manager of Raw as well. He had a little input maybe not his character, but everyone else with the storylines and stuff. He had a bit of him. He had some input of that as well. And he's still active right now. I think he just did a sit down with and he's just saying like he was obviously saying how the brand split can still work, or if it doesn't, then other kind of stuff. So he's in tune and stuff. And like they're the ones that's done monumental things for the industry. And the fact they're still a part of it, they haven't walked away from it, doing anything else. They could have. That just shows that they still love the industry, and the fact that they want to see change, they're willing to take this challenge and bring it to AEW. But one thing the other thing is good, but it just screams panic mode. It 100% screams panic mode. Because like they're sweating it, they're freaking sweating it. Like it's funny how it just happened when the attendance record was down for Stomping Grounds and Raw. Like it was empty. Raw was pretty much empty. You know what I mean? So it's like the fact that they have to take that to like make them say, all right, let's go back, let's go and get the two guys that competed with us and make them be head honchos for both shows. It's like. Why does it take that? It just shows that they have so much of an ego, and it has to take for something for a certain company to do this crazy shit for them to say, okay, yeah, we need to change things up. You know, I mean, we can't be resting on our laurels.
Yeah.
But it's just really crazy.
I think the question is how much leeway are they going to get?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, because that's one thing I'm worried about, because the final say has to go through Vince, and that worries me. It really worries me. But if he's not stubborn and that ignorant, if he's willing to put these two guys in such a powerful position, surely he must be a bit lenient or open-minded at least to, like, if he wants to actually compete with AEW. Because if you don't, and you're still gonna say no, like a Destiny's Child song, then what's the point of putting them in that position? They're gonna say, "Fuck you, leave."
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna. I think Vince is not gonna give them as much as they want, and that's why I said, like, I see it being for what it is. I don't think it's gonna really last long, but we're gonna wait and see.
Yeah,
Vince might have a change of heart. Who knows? Maybe Triple H might get to him and say, "Vince, you need to, maybe it might work."
There was even talk that Vince tried to give that to Triple H, and Triple H denied it.
Well, that's why Triple H is apparently but stepping away from the main roster and focusing on NXT.
Good.
I think it's good for him.
100%. Because he's getting pissed off.
Yeah,
you guys liking people's tweets about the creative.
Now here's the thing with Bischoff and Eric.
Yes.
I think if it doesn't go their way, I don't think they're gonna come in and be right. I'm Paul Heyman or I'm Eric Bischoff. I'm taking over. They're still underemployment. They're gonna have to. Yeah, you're right. It's gonna have to go through Vince to an extent. And rightfully so. He owns the company.
Yeah.
But he also has to acknowledge the fact that I'm Vince McMahon. My company's kind of not failing, but declining.
Yeah.
And I need help. Let me put some trust into these guys. So it needs to go on both hands. Eric and Paul, I don't know them personally, but I do not think they're the type that will stick around if things aren't working out. I think the minute things are just looking terrible, we will lose.
Whoa!
Eric will. Yeah.
Sorry,
One minute they were fucking, now they're on jumping round, flying past us, trying to eat food.
Literally, like, if it doesn't go well, Eric will go back to his ranch or whatever he's doing. We'll be lucky if Heyman still just stays in the company. Like, he might just leave his position and still be with Lesnar. He might leave. He's left before when he's unhappy. So, and that's the worry. What I will disagree with is I agree that it's panic mode. I don't think it's panic mode because of AEW. I think AEW is a factor, but let's be real. As successful and as hype as AEW is, they're not on TV yet. They have not provided direct competition, or at least ongoing direct competition to WWE yet. Hype-wise, yes. Pay-per-view-wise, when they have their odd pay-per-view, even social media, yes. But technically, WWE is still the king right now in terms of television, like being on television.
Yeah.
What I think that WWE is suffering from is their own problems. Creative being rubbish. The fans openly saying it's rubbish. Superstars not being happy. Ratings, buy rates, people flipping not coming to arenas and trying to hide the attendance figures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that in itself, imagine there was no AEW. That in itself is a big enough problem to try and bring new people in. So you know, obviously it will go without saying that it would be a big help to have those two around when AEW finally do come around. But I think they need to stop worrying about. I think,
for God's sake.
sorry, not that they need to stop worrying, but I think their focus right now is just they need to fix their product.
Yeah, 100,
That's it.
It's just added pressure that now that AEW is
yeah, they're creeping. They're creeping, man. And the thing is, like, at least in the UK, AEW is in everybody's house. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
Your nan can watch AEW shows. Like, you don't have to pay nothing. Like,
I don't think she'll play like the violence though.
I think it's a healthy time in the sense of competition is good. Competition.
Hell yes.
I mean, look, competition gave us some of our greatest memories as young boys, like watching wrestling. I mean, I wasn't a diehard WCW guy, but I know the competition that WCW provided gave me great WWE moments.
Yes.
You know, and that's it.
Exactly.
You work a bit harder when you got competition. It's just like when
Exactly.
you're playing football against someone, like, you work a bit harder if that person's really good. You know, it makes you better. So
Yeah.
it's healthy all around. I don't think it should be like, oh, this company's bad, that company's good. It's just going to create good wrestling.
Yeah.
It all depends on how Vince is going to handle the situation. As I said, it all depends on that.
Yeah.
Vince gives these guys the leeway to do what they have to do to make, you know, the wrestling come back and people to enjoy it, arenas to fill up again, and all of that. Then he's got to allow them leeway. He's got to say to them, okay, do what you guys do, give you 100% to say what you got to say, to do what you got to do to make it happen. Don't jump in and don't
I
say,
mean, he's
oh,
giving it to Triple H.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
he has free reign with NXT.
Yeah.
He creates, he manages everything from people's entrances to like where storylines go. Like, he has everything. So why not give it to them too?
Well, knowing what you know about Bischoff and Heyman, would they have really agreed to this role if they didn't have that? I don't think they would have. I think they would have had a long, lengthy talk about this contract, all of that, meetings, private meetings. And if it was said that I'm still gonna do this or I still want this to happen and they didn't agree with it, I don't think they would have signed to the post. I think they've got what they want, and ultimately what they want is what we want. So this must be a big thing.
Yeah.
I would hope
That's
so.
true.
I mean, I can't imagine them joining up and taking this role with that risk. Because that's bad for them, that's bad for business.
Yeah, of course. Can you go?
as I said, it's down to one
Their track
factor.
record, isn't it? That's
Down to one factor, you know what I mean?
It's that bad. We have so much trust issues. It's mad.
trust issues.
Yeah. Like, I've seen this happen so many times where I just don't have faith in WWE
No.
system.
Hey, when they was it about 6 months ago when they all the McMahons came out and said, right,
Exactly.
change.
I knew it wasn't.
Yeah, you said it.
I knew it wasn't.
Said it. And you know what? It almost started to look
It
like
started,
it was.
yeah,
It
it
was like,
started
okay.
When they said,
And then slowly, not even slowly, very quickly.
Exactly. When they
Same
said
old
change,
stuff.
I said, yeah, change for bullshit, because nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, I remember
Only
you saying that.
difference between now and before that segment happened is there are no general managers.
Yeah, and no rematch clauses to an extent.
Yeah.
There is some leeway with that. Yeah.
My question is, what's going to happen to Shane McMahon in his role? Is he going to still be involved in SmackDown? Are they just going to push him to the side, or are they just going to?
Well, he's not even involved in SmackDown. I mean, he's just.
I mean, he's still making like matches and stuff, but like.
No. So my understanding was that now the McMahons are just the McMahons. So if Shane's on Raw, he can make a match. If he's on SmackDown, he just so happens to be on SmackDown more. But I think wherever a McMahon is, they can make a match. Whoever it is, that's Stephanie, Shane, Vince, Triple H, no Linda. But you know, that's it. Whether they're on Raw or SmackDown, because Shane's made matches on Raw as well. Vince has made matches on SmackDown. So it's just wherever the McMahons are essentially in charge. That's why Shane will say BS about, oh, I'm the boss. I don't know.
I do fear that it's probably going to be like somehow, some way WWE champion, and it just because it makes sense with the best in the world. Like, you can't claim yourself to be the best in the world without having a championship.
What if he wins the title and then Punk comes back?
I
I don't mind him being the champion then if that's the setup. That's what they're building to.
That's what I said. If the build-up is right, it's going to be absolutely gold. You know what I mean?
But it won't.
Yeah,
it
but
won't,
the
it
thing
won't.
about what Shay's doing, as I said, is great, because Shane is
Great
selling
heel.
the shit.
Great
out.
heel.
He's
But
great.
annoying, but great heel.
Exactly. It's like Baron Corbin. I don't
If
like
you're
Baron
annoyed
Corbin.
by the person, even though I get it, because you're not just annoyed by the character, you're annoyed by the politics and the real life aspect of it. He's still doing a good job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
It's taken me a while to see that, because I hate that.
You just
Yeah, you and me both. You and me
him up
both.
in the streets. Like, it's not that you didn't like the rest of it, you didn't like the person. Whatever his real name, Wikipedia, you didn't like that
I just didn't like the suit, I didn't like anything. The haircut, I thought was all wrong. You know what I mean, in general terms. But then, I've seen it and I thought that, he started to win me around in some weird ways. Like, I don't like him, but he's winning me around in terms of where I can respect what he's doing.
I didn't really care for him much until I saw him in the Money in the Bank match. Like I said in the last episode, he put in work in that match, and like it was great. In the shirt, in the shirt, exactly. And it was crazy. So like,
do we feel the same about Shane?
Yes,
Shane. I like Shane. Yeah, I'm cool with Shane. I don't mind. Yeah,
I think like Shane has made me more like realise that Baron's kind of doing the same thing, but in a necessary sense where Baron obviously is more, I'd say a lot more competitive rather than Shane is, but in a sense where Shane is like more managerial with it, while Baron is like former managerial, but he still shoves it in your face that he was a foot, and then he comes out and he makes all these assumptions and stuff. But that's the thing. That's why with Shane it was easier with Shane, but with Baron it was like
to build up because he's a wrestler as well.
With Baron it's like you're a wrestler, you're a failed manager, you're failed Money in the Bank. What next?
So it's a bit of a research.
I don't care. But then like now I've kind of thought, okay, I've seen where it's going, I've seen what they're doing. Seen how he started to, make me hate the character he's becoming. I can respect it. I don't have to like it, but I can respect what he's doing.
Do you think he's going to be next Universal Champ?
I hope not.
Rumours that him he's all over the gap. First, there's rumours that he might face Seth at SummerSlam for the title.
Yeah.
There's rumours that he might face Undertaker.
Whoa, I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, I've seen that floating about. But all rumours right now. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I think as much as Undertaker doesn't need a match at SummerSlam, out of the two options, that would make more sense because we've already seen Baron face for the Universal title. It's not going to be something special at SummerSlam if we've had it twice already.
Undertaker doesn't even need a fucking match at Extreme Rules right now.
I wanted to talk about it, but I was waiting for you lot to decide when to bring it
a
up.
tag team match.
Yes.
With Roman Reigns.
With Roman Reigns.
Let me tell you something. Let me break it down for you.
What?
At Super Showdown.
Nani?
Let me break it down. Super Showdown, Undertaker vs Goldberg.
Jesus.
We already kind of had, we already thought this is going to be bad. But we thought, you know what, nostalgia.
Understatement.
The Goldberg coming out, the pyro, the door, it was cool. I feel like he gave himself a concussion before he even came out. When he hit the door, I thought, yep, you're bleeding.
Heard it.
There's going to be a situation, you're not going to be right. Undertaker took about 20 minutes to walk to the ring as usual. They get into the match. It was just, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. And then, like I said, how do I describe it? Goldberg flipping gumbucked that little part of the turnbuckle. It was over from there. But I'm not going to put it all on Goldberg. Undertaker sucked too. Undertaker watched so many times, tried to pick him up, dropped. He's an old man, super old. So it's not just Goldberg. I'm sick and tired of people just blaming Goldberg.
Yeah.
Everyone's afraid to step to Taker. Give Taker the flipping punishment he deserves as well. He flopped that match hard.
Yeah.
And then
He dropped him hard in his head with the tombstone. Almost killed him.
Listen, that jackhammer was a flipping.
Oh Jesus!
What's that move Chavo used to do? The brain buster.
Brainbusting arch.
And that was it. It was a poor match. Now you can look at it two ways. You can look at it as one, that's a match that shows they clearly don't need to be in the ring anymore, or can't be in the ring, or they need to step up and redeem themselves. I probably think the former for safety reasons, but at the same time, this match at Extreme Rules, completely random, completely pointless, but a potential chance for Undertaker to redeem himself. He can't go out like what he did on Showdown, man. That will ruin his legacy if that's his last match.
2 showdowns in a row.
Now,
Two showdowns, yeah. And a crown jewel.
Like I said, the flipping match with DX, didn't they all go to the hospital, bro? Like senior citizens. Flipping like a fight at Ascot. It's just crazy, bro. And then, what else? Even the fact that Undertaker's in this match, I will give it credit. On Raw, despite a low audience attendance, it was a huge pop when Undertaker showed up on Raw.
Yeah.
Ridiculously huge. But I think that was just fans just getting gassed because of Undertaker.
Yeah, because it's
the actual
random.
story is BS. Like Undertaker's come to help Reigns. Why?
Yeah.
When you, like,
To fight Shane.
Yeah.
Like,
and he just like he made you take an L at WrestleMania. Like it was really random. Like
you know what? Let Drew pin Taker in that match, and I'll be alright. Let Drew be the one that takes the biggest thing from us. Or Shane pins Taker.
I think they could do a Roman versus Taker match again. The way it looks like one.
Don't even say it. Don't even say
one
it.
of them is gonna screw one of them over. It's something like that. It looks to be down the line.
Roman Taker 2.
Yeah,
Roman Taker
I don't
1
want it
is
as well.
terrible.
Listen,
Shane comes out with the urn, saying like, "Yeah, do it," and he turns like, "I can't control
I'm your new
myself."
Paul Bearer.
I'll only accept that if Roman legit turns heel. Then I'll be happy.
True,
but that's not.
That's what I think. That's what I think is like.
It's gonna be babyface versus babyface, and Roman's probably gonna win anyway. And
Yeah.
Undertaker's gonna put all his clothes on the floor. Come back 2 weeks later.
Go back to his house, bang his wife, come back. You know, he put his gear on again. I'm back again, guys. You know what I mean?
It's again desperation, again screaming, panic.
But we say all of these things, and we're forgetting the fact that now Paul and Eric are in charge. So they could change this. We have a right to think what we think because we haven't had Paul and Eric.
Of course.
But now we have Paul and Eric, so maybe we can be safe. Maybe Undertaker being in the ring now is a good thing with those guys in charge. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Like,
who do you think could potentially get a push on Paul and
Under Paul and Eric's reign?
Cesaro, 100%.
What do you think they'll focus on pushes or focus on what's there? Because if Vince has said this is what's there, this is what you have to work with.
But that's
no one
like,
wants to push.
what's going on currently is kind of short term. So like once the storylines wrap up, that someone needs to get pushed. It's not going to be the same cream of the same crop, is it? It should be.
So you say Cesaro?
Yeah, I say Cesaro. Like he loves Cesaro. Exactly. Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
maybe.
Apollo Crews.
I mean, in a dream world, I'd like it, but they've just made me not be able to see it.
Yeah,
he's,
it's true.
He's kind of starting a feud with Andrade now, so you know.
Isn't he on Raw?
I think he is. Yeah.
Andrade is on SmackDown.
Yeah, but they kind of like they had.
He's
going to
use the wild card every week.
Yeah, they had some weird backstage altercations.
I thought he was chasing the 24/7 title.
That's what I thought. But
I thought he was going to start something with what's his name? What's that fake Kurt Angle guy on 205 Live?
Oh, Chad Gable.
Yeah, because he had an interview. Chad Gable just came up to him and started writing something and then disappeared. And that was the end of it. It never happened again.
Yeah, I don't know. And now they've moved his attention to like Andrade, which is weird because he had some backstage altercation with Zelina Vega. And
Okay.
he was like, "Oh, you trying to eye me up and stuff?"
That
And
was
he
it.
like, yeah.
So after that, literally, Zelina walked off.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Gable.
Yeah, Gable
came
was
and
just there writing.
Yeah. What the hell was that
trying
about?
to be some new Chris Jericho or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, he's been an informant. He's going to go and tell Shane.
Probably. But that's why, like, after that, then they had like some photo shoot thing where Apollo Crews turned up and Andrade was there taking his shot and he's like, "Oh, you want to see what a real man could do?" And then he went and took his shot.
He didn't speak English.
Exactly.
He didn't say that.
Or something along them lines. Oh,
That was
Shadow.
dubbed. That was fucking dubbed.
Yeah.
Nah, he can't speak English. He did a good promo a few weeks ago. All
Did
English.
it? Oh, that's all right.
So they kind of practically went there and they kind of locked heads and he's like, "Oh, you come after my advisor again or you come near my advisor, then I'll deal with you," Andrade said to him. So it was kind of like the feud is going to start. So
Lower mid-card feud at most.
Yeah.
It means nothing if the title's not involved.
true, but then if you think about it, these two are actually really good wrestlers. So
It would be phenomenal matches.
it would be a great
Just
match.
Go nowhere.
But the thing is, like, if they tell this story better than what they've started telling it,
Yeah.
it could do things. You know what I mean?
But what is the story? If the starting point is that,
Yeah,
where's the story?
obviously it's
Like,
yeah,
you know what I
obviously
mean?
it's like Selena's accused him of like eyeing her up and stuff, and he's like,
Like Ray and Andrade.
Yeah.
That was like out of nowhere. There was no story.
Yeah.
And they gave us like amazing matches, probably of the year. Yeah, but like,
Let Zelina like flipping genuinely flirt with Apollo and put some of that in there. Like,
yeah.
Be a Dean Malenko type of vibe.
but
Then
then Alistair Black comes and kicks his head off. You know what I mean?
yeah, if he's not too busy doing vignettes backstage, 'cause that's
isn't
what
he
he's
now
doing.
starting a feud with somebody? I saw something on Insta. Isn't Alistair Black?
I mean, someone knocked on his door, but we don't know who it is.
What the fuck? What
Yeah,
door?
just shuts her door.
Yeah, someone knocked on his
I
door,
told
and
you
he
that
looked,
time when I was
Wow.
when
and
I
he
was
looked and he
watching
gave
it.
some like creepy smile,
Oh.
and he looked at the camera like
door
creepy
is
smile.
open.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just assuming he's injured, and that's why they're doing that.
Probably.
Like,
But then, like, people are speculating it could be Bray Wyatt knocking at that door. You know what I mean? And then it's complete.
That's another
bad for
thing
Bray, man.
as well. Like,
Bray's return has to be monumental.
It has to be.
Has to be with the biggest person. I don't.
but now, like, cause the promos ain't happening right now, I'm kind of worried that people gonna forget because like
Didn't it happen last week?
No, I don't think
No
they
fun
did.
house?
No, there's no fun house.
There was
They saw the puppets in the back.
Background, little Easter eggs.
Yeah,
But there was a fun house before then. Yes, there was, because the Raw before then,
yeah.
everyone thought he was going to show up live, and he didn't, and they just didn't.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Again, I skimmed Raw, so I didn't really see that part. I'm just skimming a lot of WWE TV. It's ridiculous.
So going back to your original question, so
yeah.
who would get pushes under Eric and Paul? You said Cesaro. Who else?
Yeah. Apollo Crews as well, but like I said, Big Fantasy. Eric Young.
Ooh, yeah, that would be good. But then I just can't see it happening because of how they
Yeah,
treat
of course.
He gets whacked up by Seth for almost. Not even saying I'll join Baron or whatever. Just bullying.
Yeah, it's just straight bully. That was a heel move, and it still gets it's ridiculous.
Whoever's gonna get pushed right now under their leadership, realistically, it's gonna be someone who's already halfway got pushed. It's not gonna be someone out of obscurity. I don't see that.
What about EC3?
EC3 is long overdue. He's
Long
finally.
overdue,
He's
but I
also.
put him in the same realms as Eric Young because of how he's not Eric Young, obviously, but
Did you see that thing that I posted to you, like that EC3 is like pissed when he comes out? And there was one bit. He comes out during his, you know, his entrance, but he comes out and he points to the screen. There's one. It was just like, oh shit, my bad. Yeah, he does that, and he just like turns around. He's just completely just limped it. He just did not care.
what was the story behind that? Was that real life?
I think I don't, because it was just a random matchup main event. I think it was facing Mojo Rawley.
No way, Jose.
No way, Jose. Yeah, he absolutely did not care, and there's no feud. There's no feud. He absolutely came out like that. I couldn't believe he actually came out like he did not give a fuck.
I need to see that. That's funny. But you know what? You said a name here. This is not me personally talking. I personally could care less for this, but there's potential here to give Mojo a push. Potential. Just be. I'm not saying. I clearly specifically said, I personally don't care for this. But because they've kind of been putting him in flashes and then taking him away,
no, I get
he's
that.
got the size, he's got the athleticism, he's a good wrestler. Like
It makes sense because
you're
like
saying
they
no
did,
because of what they've done with him.
Yeah,
Purely.
it sucks.
It has to pay off.
So take away what they've done with him. Look at the person. I see the potential.
It makes sense because like it's because they did all the promos for him. He was looking in the mirror and all that kind of stuff. So it makes sense, and then he just disappeared. So it makes sense that they should do something with him. But again, yeah, right now I agree. I mean, he's good at the ring. Go, Karen, go on.
Beg to differ.
Speaking of people who are just dropped, Jinder apparently is injured. I saw a picture of him with a.
Oh, what a shame.
I liked his run because it was just like,
The worst thing.
I hate him, but as I said with the Singh brothers, because they kept all the time managing to like cheat their way to keep the title.
Yeah,
It made me hate him even more. It made me hate him even more. That's the thing why I liked the work he was doing then. So he shouldn't have been in the picture, but then he ended up being the right guy for the picture because of what was going on.
And that's a perfect example of someone who was plucked and got their push. Fair enough, there was some business behind it with the whole India thing, but it worked. Regardless of what you think of him or whatever, he was a great heel. I don't think he was a terrible wrestler. When he lost the title, they should have still kept him as a main event heel. They didn't even need to, even if we've seen it happen all the time. You lose the title, you're out of the title picture, but you still have that main event mystique about you.
Yeah.
For him to be a WWE champion, 50th WWE champion, and then go down to flipping like weeks of no TV, main event,
24/7 title chases.
backstage segments where he's
Temporarily-
playing R-Truth and stuff. Like, it's just,
Temporarily winning the United States title at WrestleMania and then lose it the
I
week
forgot
after.
that, I
You know.
Yeah, I think I forgot as well. I didn't remember that
his
one.
first time he defended it, he lost it on a show that he wasn't. Like, it was just.
It was absolutely
Yeah.
stupid. Mixed match challenge. It was
It's just disrespectful. It's just he's don't get me wrong. He's a very good comedy actor. But he would be a better heel champion or a heel main event guy. Like you created a brand new heel main eventer and you destroyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just took him to the back and shot between his eyes.
And the thing is,
how
we felt about how he was when he first won the title. If they had kept him there after he lost the title, he would be more believable.
Of course.
Over time.
Of course.
If he was still in the same, how long has it been? 2 years? If he was still there now, no one would be saying, he doesn't belong there. We would have adapted to it and accepted it. There was a time where some people, think about the stars who are in the main event now. There would have been a time where that would have been him, main event, but over time you grow to accept it. You know what I mean? Baron Corbin is kind of in the main event now, and we accept it. 2 years ago, it probably would have been a joke. You know, but I don't know. So, please, someone, I don't know. But going back to who gets pushes, I don't know. It looks like maybe they might be pushing the club. This whole thing of AJ now, they flipping deserve it. I don't know what they're gonna do with the rival, but they need to be saved because I see them going. I see that they've been given the titles, and I still feel like they're not happy.
Of course.
Do you think Ricochet could join the club? Because the way it seems like they were putting their arm around him, like trying to get.
I got the complete opposite impression. I thought they were trying to imply we're about to
kick your ass.
you know what I mean? They were clearly, that was a heel move. Like,
I know,
I
but
saw
like,
glimpses of heel AJ from that.
I know, but like the way they put their arm around him and the way they like said, "Yeah, we'll see you in the ring," and then they kind of looked like they were impressed by him.
But did you see Ricochet do that to one of them?
Yeah.
They weren't on it. He wasn't on it.
But,
What I want to see is AJ Club and Finn all together. That would be like.
Yeah, that's the legit club.
That's another thing. Do you think they could face the Undisputed Era if they decide to make
Hey, don't talk about that, maybe because I don't want to get my hopes up. Like,
Listen,
just don't do that.
That's for 2K.
That's one of the 3 matches.
That's 2K. We're talking like video game stuff, man. That's not gonna happen. But I do want to see a stable. Like, you know, I was watching some clips earlier today, funnily enough, and it was just, remember early 2000s SmackDown when like you get DX like Triple H, Stephanie, Tori, X-Pac. They come to the ring, they do a boring promo, but they were stable. You hated them. At the end of the day, at the end of SmackDown, Too Cool, The Rock, all laid out like. We ain't got a stable like that, like a stable of wrestlers. Like I don't know, man. So
could have had that with the Wyatt family, but
Wyatt family. So when you talk about Bullet Club or even the Undisputed Era, potentially, man, mix it up. Get some wrestlers, some main event guys, some lower card, like some tag teams, and some non-wrestling talent. Have a stable, man.
That's right. They did it with Nexus. Yep. Maybe they could do it again. If it's with Undisputed Era, it's probably not going to happen for a while because Adam Cole is currently now the NXT champion.
Yep.
So and they can't go without him. So yeah, that probably won't happen for a bit. But yeah, that would be freaking awesome if that was the case.
Johnny Gargano come out to the main roster. Done right.
Yeah, done right. Exactly. Yeah, because
I mean,
survive.
he could either be.
I was surprised.
But he could be a really good high-end mid-card.
Yeah, mid-card.
Like Young Jericho, IC title type.
Yeah.
True. I wouldn't want to see him on the main event. Like him, the Velveteen Dream, they're two I really don't want to see on the main event.
Listen, the Velveteen Dream goes to the main event. That is comedy gold waiting to be taken in.
They're going to use him as another gold.
Yes, 100%.
That's what's going to happen.
And if you want that, fine. But if you like what he does on NXT, you're going to be very upset.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, he's going to... Like he's flipping flamboyant, and the fact that he's black, he will be a mix of Goldust, R-Truth, Titus O'Neil. He'll be a 24,000 time 24/7 champion. Like, nah, it's not on it.
It's a shame. I mean, like obviously, like I said a while back, like that was the perfect thing for me if that was the case. Like, never move Velveteen Dream up into the main roster, and also even Ricochet as well. Make them run NXT. And make them challenge the main roster. Do something like at Survivor Series,
like an invasion,
like with ECW, that kind of stuff. And then Triple H has beef with the McMahons. Like I'm tired of you doing this, like fucking up my people. Because as soon as I bring them up, you mess them up. See, that's gold. Simple story.
I think for that to work, they need to not NXT should. Because right now, in reality, Raw and SmackDown are the main event shows. NXT is a developmental, regardless of how good it is. It is important.
Yeah.
What they should do is have another thing that is actually a developmental that isn't for TV, and that's where wrestlers actually train, and have NXT just be a third main event.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I get it. They don't do as much shows as Raw and SmackDown. They don't have the audience, but if they change that and have NXT actually be like what ECW was and actually go to shows or whatever, you could have 3 legit equal main event shows, and then those stars on NXT keep their characters, keep who they are. NXT is a clear difference from Raw and SmackDown, and then you can have a developmental under that doesn't go on TV where they can actually train.
Yeah.
You know, but if NXT is the developmental, it's always going to be number 2, and then when they make it to number 1, they're not going to be what you got on NXT.
No, 100%.
Velveteen Dream, we joke about it. They might not even do that. They might just send him up to the main roster and skip his whole event, strip him of the gimmick. We've seen that as well.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's to the point, they don't even acknowledge NXT because every time, like when Ricochet won the title, they said, congratulations to Ricochet for his first title. Last time I checked, he was the North American champion in NXT.
First WWE title, like first main event, like real, like do you know what I mean? I get that, like.
But even like, I don't know. It's I just feel like because it's still technically under the WWE's umbrella. It's not like it's not from the outside. It's still WWE.
But then that's like saying everyone that won titles years ago, would you count their FCW titles? Because essentially NXT is FCW in that sense.
Because with FCW they never really counted that as WWE. But with NXT it's getting more exposure. It's more like in your face than FCW was.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Basically, there's a very strong chance that you know about what they've done on it.
Exactly. So because they just disregard that and say that that's their first title, it's pretty much a slap to the face of how much work Triple H has put in, like your own executive COO, whatever his title is. You see what I mean? So like that's what I'm saying. At least acknowledge that. Like they don't acknowledge it. Like they just, to me, that's disrespectful. But it's unknown.
If I was Triple H, I'd ask them, listen, how much would it take for my brand to just go separate from WWE?
Yeah.
Be a partnership with you guys, but we go separate. We do what we have to do, you guys do what you have to do. But we're coexisting. If I was Triple H, I'd ask for that. Do you know what I mean? Because it'd be sick.
Well, I mean, like, since you said that, I probably rejected it just in order to fully concentrate on NXT. Maybe that may happen down the line. Who knows?
Could NXT be strong competition for AEW?
Potentially.
When you look at NXT and AEW, forget about Raw and SmackDown.
When you think about match quality, that rivals more than what you get on the main roster. 100%, 110%. You know what I mean? No convoluted storylines, simple as hell, but it works. That's the thing. You don't even have to watch the weekly episodes to even. And with AEW, most of the matches had no build, but we've got 10 out of 10 matches, bell to bell. You see what I mean? So I mean, like that just says it all.
And this is why I think you and me were speaking about this in the past, where it's like, look, we're not massive TV geniuses.
No.
We can see the problems, we can see the good points and the bad points. So if we can see it, Vince can see it, and if Vince can't see it, other managerial people can see it. So my point is, if they can see how good the NXT product works, and the formula, and having these matches on TV, why is there not anybody saying, this is great, this makes me money, put that on Raw, put that on SmackDown? Where's the disconnect? That's what I don't understand. Is it just ego? Like, no,
it's ego. It's Vince.
Because there can't be someone who legit thinks that won't work on Raw or SmackDown.
I think it's ego. I definitely think it's ego. You could see from like past people who've come up from NXT how they haven't had that same build up when they've moved from NXT to the main roster. It's not been the same.
I think the only one comes close is maybe Joe, but then even him, I mean, his run hasn't been great, but at least he hasn't been flipping chasing the 24/7 title. Like, you know, like, he probably will soon. But you know what I mean, his run has been, it's not been great, it's been good.
It's been good.
I can't think of someone. I mean, when I think of NXT, not the first few years of NXT where Big E and Seth were still there. I'm talking about the last few years. Apart from Joe, who has come from NXT and really smashed it?
Some people may say Shinsuke, but not really.
He's potentially started off as he was. Yeah. He's someone that was the biggest travesty of like the last few years.
Yeah.
You know, he seems there might be something between him and Finn now. still think he should be feuding for. He should have had the title.
Yeah, he should have
Won
had the title.
freaking Royal Rumble. Like,
Yeah. Biggest crime.
who else? Like really, like it's a shame. And it's not even that they were nobodies in NXT. They were huge in NXT.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just So yeah, I get the fears when I say Gargano should come up and you're like, no, keep him waiting. I get it.
That's
Yeah.
why, I was saying, like,
I feel like the women get a bigger push when they come over.
Yeah, because they're trying to cash in on the women's revolution. That's why, because they're milking it. You know what I mean?
They're going to bury that too very soon. Let's be honest.
No, what do you mean? They're not going to bury it. They're just going to run it to the ground.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
They're going to literally, kaput it, literally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As we all know, we love like what the women are doing. Yeah, but the fact that they keep on putting it down our throats, and like the way that
it becomes a gimmick.
It becomes a gimmick.
Those three women, as great as they are, should not have made a main WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And like I'm not. It was a good main WrestleMania.
It was too much pressure.
I'm here for women and all of that, but it just felt like that was the only reason I made it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best match of card.
It took away the shine from that too.
Exactly. And when you think
It felt
about
like
it,
a business move.
yeah,
Like,
it
you know
was,
what I
it
mean?
was definitely 100% a business move. It was just a cash in on what's going on, and the fact that remember, like it was 6 hours of fucking wrestling before then, and the fact that you're putting these people,
Actually, a bad spot when you look at it.
that's what I'm saying. Everyone's fatigued. They want to go home. It's getting late, and well, I'm talking about obviously where the fans are there, and obviously people that's watching on TV. It's like 6 a.m. in the freaking morning, and like you're putting so much pressure on these women to like put on this crazy main event, a great main event, and it just, when you think about it, it flopped. Like it was, even though it was hard hitting and stuff, but the ending really damaged the match. You know what I mean? So. But that's a show.
Quick news for you guys. I think Fighter Fest might be on today. I think,
Yes, Fighter Fest. Yeah, you're right.
AEW's Fighter Fest.
Yeah, the non-Saxon match. Yeah, John Moxley against I can't remember the guy's name.
Joey Janela.
Joey Janela. Yep. Young Bucks against the Lucha Bros and someone
Cody
else.
Rhodes and isn't his brother?
Cody Bros. No, Cody. No, that's isn't that for the Fallen?
Yeah, sorry, that's
Yeah.
Fight for them, yeah.
But
There's so many. There's all out. There's like what they got
These-
three things like that, right?
Yeah. Fighter Fest is the
Fight
proper
Fest.
festival.
Yeah.
And that's something. And then they got Fight for the Fallen. Like that's a little side pay-per-view.
Yeah, I ain't heard much talk about
I
it.
got a feeling that's going to be similar to that tribute to the troops. I got a
Yeah.
feeling.
I've heard more talk about all out.
Yeah, All Out is the next major
Yeah.
one that they're gonna have. Yeah,
So I think these ones are like still promotional.
yeah, they're just to like help people go get through. Like you know what I mean? Like we need our next fix after All In. Double or Nothing. Sorry. Yeah. So I need to catch up on the. I'll definitely watch those on Fighter Fest. You're right. Yeah, it's a good show for sure.
So
but,
some of you thanked me for that one. You know,
Yes.
Well, it actually was probably, I don't know when this is going to come out, so it might be too late by then. But yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations if you watched it. Glad you enjoyed it.
This was the last episode you see Randy Prizzle. I'm joking.
I don't know. I'm being
No,
honest.
no, it's fine. It's true. No, we all got lives, but it's all good. Crazy how we went on this when we was mainly talking about the two head honchos, the appointments. But yeah, so you're going back to that. So your thoughts about it? You said like it's good on paper, but you think it won't be executed well because you
Yes,
sure
because of what Vince is going to do.
Yeah,
I
it
think
all
Vince
depends
will
on
keep
his say.
sticking his nose in.
Yeah, of course. Fair enough.
Derail the whole thing.
Fair enough. And your thoughts are?
I'm intrigued.
Yes.
I'm hopeful.
Do you expect a radical change? Or do you hope for a radical change?
Not
definitely-
right at the moment, I'd say.
Like pyro and then flipping different.
Do you know what? I 100% hope for a radical change. I'm like 80%, 90% expecting because, like I said, I just don't feel they would sign up for something if
Yeah.
it wasn't going to be. I mean, come on, they made it headline news. Why would we have friggin' Heyman, like Eric friggin' Bischoff, in charge and then not have a dramatic change? It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
No, you're true. You're right. It's true.
But I get why anyone would doubt it. I
Yeah.
100% get why anyone would doubt it. But let's see.
It's big business. It is big business. How it's gonna
They
turn
need a
out.
dramatic change, man. With
They need to.
AEW and their performance as of late, look,
And funny-
there have been huge billion-dollar companies who have run out of business.
Yeah.
It can happen. As crazy as it seems, they've been around for 100 years. It can happen.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
WCW.
Exactly. There you go.
WCW.
And like, yeah, and it's funny how, I don't know if you know about this. This is the final point. But funny how that WWE is putting out a little indie, for the first time ever, they're putting an indie pay-per-view, Evolve, on WWE Network the same day that AEW is having a pay-per-view. Panic. Panic.
Is that gonna actually hurt AEW?
No. If anything, more people. It's gonna force more people to do. Remember when WCW used to do that thing where they used to spoil Raw tapings, and then they spoiled when Mankind won the title, and it was like, oh really? Click. You know what I mean? So that might, in a weird way, drive more people to see the AEW, or just have them both simultaneous. See what show's better. Me personally, I don't really care for Evolve. I know great people have come from it. Drew McIntyre, Pete Dunne, Apollo Crews, all them kind of people. They come from there. But I just don't care. You know what I mean? Because it's screaming panic.
I was gonna say, on any other day that would be really good business.
Yeah.
But is it coincidence? Probably not.
No, of course not.
Let's be honest. I know none of the Evolve fighters. I know none of them who are on the pay-per-view.
No, I guarantee they're putting a great show.
So,
I'm pretty sure like it's going to be a good show. But
yeah, I'm just not sold on them. That's the thing.
What AEW pay-per-view is that sounds like?
is it? No, it's not Fight for the Fest. It must be Fight for the Fallen.
Phase 5 for the Fallen.
Yeah. So it's pretty soon.
WWE also have another one clashing with another of AEW's pay-per-view.
See what I mean?
And they have what's his name? NXT UK's pay-per-view.
Yes, I remember that one. Yeah, and they're clashing with is it All Out?
It's All Out.
Yeah,
I think it might be All Out. And I think New Japan's as well.
Yeah, New Japan as well. They're doing the G1 Climax, maybe. I think. Yeah, that's a mad
I
one.
think that's all happening in the same weekend.
Yeah, that's overkill. I can't. One of them's gonna get axed. I can't watch all of them. Yeah, probably two, maybe. Yeah, I don't know which one they are. So yeah, but yeah, that is our thoughts on the appointment of Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff. It could go swimmingly well and great for business, or go up in flames and hello AEW.